I want to teach you a clam exercise to begin with, which should help you because sometimes the clam can be done in many ways that don't really focus on technique. So first of all, we get down onto our side and we're going to pop a cushion between our ear and arm. If you're at home and you haven't got a cushion, then this could be a folded up towel and just a small hand towel folded would be enough. And we're trying to think about our head being in neutral spine. So we've got our arm long and we're going to just let the ear rest down, but then chin tuck. So the back of the neck is long, not with a head forward posture or not with a curled up hunched posture. Once we're here with the upper body head area, we're going to then think about the shoulder coming down away from the ear. So as we're exercising, we might get a bit tense and it can sometimes be a symptom of sort of the effort of trying. So just think about the shoulder, keep coming down and opening across the collarbone. Into this area here, sometimes we pop forward and lie down immediately with our spine in too much extension. So thinking about the abdominals as we pull down the rib, we draw the rib back into alignment with the pelvis, and so the abdominals are in their optimum positioning to be able to recruit. Into the pelvic area, if we flop down to the floor, we've crunched this side and we've over lengthened the underside of our trunk. So we're going to bring the pelvis back to a stacked posture, and that way we've got equal sides down for our trunk and the muscle groups are in neutral and their optimum posture for working and functioning well. In this case, we should feel like we've got a small room for a little bit of a gap underneath ourselves. For ladies with larger hips, then this gap may feel quite large and you may need to support it to begin with under using maybe another rolled towel to help you to hold that neutral spine. For gentlemen, the hips aren't as wide and so the movement might feel much more subtle, but at the same time it's still important that we're not hard pressed and collapsed down toward the floor with our trunk. So let's draw that up. And then we have the pelvis. Again, pull the tail down to between the heels. And also at the same time, if you pelvic tilt and tilt the pelvis away and tip your tail behind you. We want to think about neutral pelvis whilst we're in our clam. And so generally just drawing that tailbone down the mat and pulling back in the belly button, you should feel that that increases the activity and recruitment around the whole lower half trunk, and also maybe some buttock energy starts firing up into the bottom half of the buttocks. Heel on heel, and then we breathe out as we open and breathe in as we close. We're going to think about the hand support, so we might have like some light fingertip support, but not letting the fingers bend backwards. We're going to think about a quality position of our hand. We're going to maybe think about whole hand flat. If you're really struggling for balance, that can be more support. Or the hand on top hip, which I quite like because I like monitoring the pelvic position and the hips, and I don't need the support of my hand on the floor. But at the same time, I'm not ignoring the hand, I'm putting it in a good quality posture, which is helping me to maintain my technique, and at the same time, the shoulder is staying down away from the ear. When you first start Pilates, you might find if you're a little bit weak, you want to go into your tiptoes and you want to elevate on the tiptoes instead. That sometimes is a sign that the glutes need that little bit of extra help, a leg up, in order to recruit. So try not to do it if you can help it. The other thing to do is roll forwards, and so you might find the hand comes in handy, but you're also then going to open and close in the forward rolled position, and that should really engage into the back of the buttock harder and check that you're not cheating, basically. Because if you're rolling into the side position and then as you're opening, you're rolling backwards, you may find that it's too easy and actually you're taking gravity away from the muscle and you're not actually doing a clam. You can almost just rotate the body open and back without ever using much of this glute. So technique is important, especially in the clam. Keep your top hip pushed away and your tummy to spine. Keep your rib cage back and keep your head in a nice posture to help you be an active exerciser as you're doing it. Heel on heel, breathe out open and breathe in close. And if you feel that you're not drawing your tummy to spine, just give yourself some time to put your hand on your tummy and draw your tummy to spine with the out breath and breathing in as you close. You can also think about, if in doubt, breathe out, so that you're breathing out to draw the belly button to spine and recruit the transversus abdominis, which is our core muscles across the waistline. Breathing in as we close. If you're only getting a small range or you have any pain, then not to worry, just do the small range, because you have to start somewhere and that's going to help you get better. So the main thing is that you don't give up hope. Give everything a try. Things can get stronger, and if you really don't feel like you can move your hips right now, you could even wrap a belt around the knees to help you stay into just a static exercise, pushing the knees apart and together, but just against the resistance of a belt instead. So that's how you start the clam if you're really struggling, and then hopefully if you're doing really well, just make sure that you're feeling that you're getting the muscle work into the glute by rolling forwards into it and opening and closing. Well done. You can get quite a lot from the clam, so it just has to be done with the right technique. That's all for now.